Ag PhD full episodes and more are now available on Acres TV, the newest ag platform connecting you to fields of information. Look for us on watchacrestv.com.
During our Farm Basics time today, we're going to talk about something that we take a look at every spring on our own farm, and you may as well. It's what's the crop insurance first plant date?
Well, Brian often likes to talk about how he wants to be planting corn as the last of the frost is coming out of the ground, maybe even just a shade before, but that's really not what limits him. It's this crop insurance date, because we want to make sure, hey, if you're going to plant before the crop insurance date, the odds are against you.
All right, let's say you're a non-farmer. This is the reason why we have our Farm Basics time each week. It's for non-farmers. You may be asking, how does a farmer decide how early he or she should plant in the spring? Well, what we look at is most farmers out there have crop insurance, and the crop insurance company publishes a date where they say, all right, your insurance date for corn in our area, for example, is April 10th. That means that we have insurance on that seed if we plant it April 10th or later. Now, we can also buy up, we can pay a little extra and plant a little bit earlier, but the point is there will be a cutoff. In other words, I can't go plant corn in February and expect that the crop insurance company is going to cover me if that corn freezes off and I have to replant. They have a date, and I always kind of look at this as the insurance company's smarter than me because they have all the information from everybody from every year, so they know.
They absolutely do, and they know what the odds are of success, and that's how they set these dates, because they obviously don't want to be paying out crop insurance claims ahead of that. So every farmer knows for their area what their crop insurance dates are for the various crops. And that's a big factor that's going to determine when they get out there. Of course, they're looking at the soil conditions and what kind of seed they're putting out there and what the germination and cold germination percentages are. So you've got to do all of those things right as well. But again, we're looking not just at the temperature, we're also looking at the calendar here to see what the crop insurance dates are.
So if it is a crop that is insured, in other words, you can buy insurance for it, they will have a date where you can plant at that date or later, and then you're going to be covered. But again, if you want to buy up, let's say it's up to about 2 weeks, 10 days or so roughly, you could buy ahead if you want to pay a little extra money. Sometimes that is available too, and every area has a little different crop insurance date. So I said on our farm for corn, yes, it is April 10th. Well, in your area, it might be a different date. So this is something you have to check with the crop insurance company on, and that date could change in any given year.
And of course, it's going to be different from one crop to the next.
Yep.
So we can't plant soybeans on April 10th. That date's going to come a couple of weeks later. So that varies a little bit depending on what area you're into.
Well, regardless of when you plant, you're probably going to have to fight our Weed of the Week. Can you identify this week's weed?